Okay, what you see here is purple martins coming in to roost for the night. And what this is, it's a combination of adult birds bringing their newly fledged offspring back for the night for the safety of the nesting site. They don't always do this every year. A lot of it depends on how much they're being predated on by avian predators. If the parents feel safe, they will bring the young back to the nest as long as up to 2 weeks. This is a real vulnerable time for them because the young are not real skilled at flying and evading predators. So when they come in for the night, they tend to be extremely cautious. But every bird you see there is a purple martin. And what'll happen is one of them will decide, the parents will decide to bring them in. There's a lot of them, man. It's always exciting. Some parents will take their birds out of the nest and never come back with them. Stick them in what I would call stick them in a tree for the night. And typically the parents will look after them for about a week, maybe 10 days. Primarily the male. Now watch how they'll come down into the houses. What always amazes me is the parent birds know which babies are theirs and will pull them down out of the air into the same spot where they were born, into the, not just the same house, but into the nesting compartment. So a lot of times when they're coming in, the young are really crappy at landing. They'll hit the wrong hole, and then there's fighting, and then there's carrying on. And it's right around this time where the hawks show up, usually. But fortunately this year, I really haven't had an issue with that. Some years are worse than others for whatever reason. But this year they didn't do this so much last year. But this year, and the sad thing is the video doesn't really do it any justice. The video really doesn't do it any justice. And you know, the crazy thing is I still have a couple birds sitting on eggs. And something startled the mass of them, and then off they go. This can go on till near dark. And the crazy part is most of them have not fledged yet. There's quite a few that have, but some that are ready to go. And it's close to 500 of them, to be honest with you. So you add about 500 young ones. And about 225 individual adults. You know, so it's a lot of birds. Now, typically when people see flocks of birds, you're seeing flocks of starlings. Well, these guys aren't starlings. And I think what's really amazing, these birds eat insects. Large insects. They found enough not just to feed themselves, but all their young. So, and as I'm standing here, I'm getting devoured by mosquitoes. Great. And I just kind of want to capture the spectacle that this is, because this doesn't last too long. It's part of their reproductive cycle. So if I can capture it, you know, it's great. And I just rolled one house down and put a baby in it, back in the nest. One that couldn't quite fly yet. He's about 5 days away from flying. What happens is they get out on that porch and they get knocked off. And then see, something startles them. And off they go. And they'll circle back. Or circle back. But it's it's pretty crazy. I'm literally standing in front of one of my beehives. Crazy. That's considered a no-no. But it's okay. Now, I did post a video of the female with the broken leg. And right down dead center right there, that little square box hanging, that's where she's at. Yeah, they get real flighty coming in the evening. And this behavior is kind of common, is normal for them, particularly even when in the off season, because they roost together. But instead of doing this in a birdhouse, they do it in the trees. Or reeds in a lake or something, someplace where they feel safe for the night. Because the truth is, they're really at their most vulnerable stage at night when they're roosting. They are a bird of the open sky, and you have very few predators in the open sky. Now, my little colony is not as impressive as some people's, but needless to say, it's my little colony, and I'm that was that female. She went right in that hole. One with the broken leg. But this will go on, sometimes even till it's dark, to the last rays of sunshine strike the earth. Yeah, the amount of insects they consume just must be mind-boggling. So, okay. Sad thing is when I walk under there to get through the yard, they're gonna flush again. The young get startled. And then the funny thing is the parents will leave, and I always have maybe some coming back. Some of the young ones might still come back. All right, I'm going to use that clue to get back in the yard without. Oh gosh, that was not fast enough. You know, I guess I will say this, when they leave, the yard is definitely quiet. And that takes some getting used to. You have them for 6 months, if you're at best. You have them for 6 months at best. And then you go without them. But that is the nature of things. Right? All right, guys, I'm coming through. I'm particularly happy with this house, these two styles, because that's the one my friend made. And I'm really happy that those things are working out. So, all right. I'm going to close the door. Say goodnight to these guys. All right, guys, good night to you. Don't let the nest mites bite. Till next time.